This is the TVFCU Sports Desk.
Welcome to Sideline Spotlight. I'm Big Will Evenson. We have an absolutely stacked lineup of games in Tennessee and Georgia tonight, and none bigger than what just went down in Ray County. It's a battle of unbeatens as the Golden Eagles welcome the East Hamilton Hurricanes 5-0 versus 5-0. This is such a beautiful uniform matchup in Evensville. I mean, I love Ray County's look, and I love Ray County's offense as well. Option play, so well executed. Mason Ford takes the flip and dives for 6. Golden Eagles, they have the early lead, but East Hamilton said, okay, Ray, anything you can do, I can do better. Wyatt Miller throws a dot. Grayson Maddox catches that dot. Hurricanes have their answer, but goodness, Mason Ford does not want to lose this game. He finds a lane, and he runs with some anger. The wings on his helmet are helping him fly. 60 yards for 6. The Ray County Golden Eagles have some explosiveness, but of course, so do the East Ham Hurricanes. Explosiveness and playmaking. How about the concentration from the sophomore Isaiah Ivey, reeling it in off the bobble and stumbling his way in? I mean, this game was just an offensive explosion. So much talent on display for both offenses, but the East Hamilton Hurricanes, their attack could not be stopped. How about 6-0 East Ham? They win a very entertaining football game on the road, 56-33. Moving to another big region matchup, 4-1 Bradley Central hosting undefeated Oak Ridge, and the Oak Ridge Wildcats have got some weaponry. Check out this run here from DeMillion Porter. I mean, just refusing to go down, looking like prime Jay Ajayi, close to a score, but they mark him down at the 1. No matter for Oak Ridge. Read option Blaine Stansberry takes the QB keeper in for 6, and from there the Oak Ridge defense shut down the Bradley Central Bears attack. Tackle for loss here. Defensive struggle in Cleveland. Oak Ridge beats Bradley Central 10-7. The Tyner Rams trying to stay unbeaten. They're on the road at Cleveland, and it's Marcus Turner at quarterback, and Marcus Turner putting it on the money. Lakaris Moten has the grab. Rams strike first, now trying to add to it. Gary Beeson does just that. It's a 12-0 Tyner lead, and boy, Tyner averages over 40 points per game this season, showing you why. Weapons all over the field, few harder to bring down than number 5. Joe Jefferson slipping past defenders. 6 more for the Rams. They win big at Cleveland, 34-0. Now to the scoreboard. Walker Valley gets it done over Saudi Daisy, 35-7. South Pittsburgh are winners, 31-7. And Grundy County, how about 6-0 Yellow Jackets, 30-20 is the final there. Sequatchie County, they get a win, 54-35. Bledsoe County downs Polk County, 35-14. Meigs County, they beat Sweetwater in a big way, 44-14. Let's head down to North Georgia now for a huge matchup. Northwest Whitfield welcomed Heritage to their beautiful turf field for a game with some big region implications. Both teams entered this one 4-1 with a lot to prove. This was our Friday night rivals game when the CW Chattanooga saw a lot of the arm of Northwest quarterback Gavin Knuckles. I mean, this right here was a dart. Cade Mitchell to the house. Bruins strike first, and they weren't done striking. Weapons all over the field, none faster than number 2. Corbin Bates putting on the afterburners and putting the Bruins in business. The very next play, Gavin Knuckles showing the Generals you can't take any play off. Right in stride to Cyrus Davison for another score. Northwest has come to play up 20-0. But folks, check out this throw here from Gavin Knuckles. Ripping it deep, and oh my, he could not have handed it to Mitchell any better than he just launched it 50 yards. I mean, that is so gorgeous from number 3 in blue. Knuckles in Northwest. Yeah, they did not mess around against their rival. All Bruins in Tunnel Hill, 49-0. And shout out Coach Robinson, not just a coach, but a dad. He managed to quickly change into a suit to be with his daughter at halftime for the homecoming festivities. Here he is back in his coaching gear after the game.
This is probably the best that we've played all year, a complete game, because they're good. I know we made it look like it wasn't the case, but our guys played really well, and we got some pretty talented guys over here too.
Let's take a look at some more scores from Georgia. Lafayette, they take down Ridgeland. A big win there, 16-13. Calhoun are winners, 37-0. Gordon Lee, they get it done over Chattooga, 48-21. Christian Heritage gets a big win, 49-21. Dade County downs Armuchee, 45-0. And LFO, they beat Union County 29-14. Sideline Spotlight continues. After the break, McCallie welcomes another tough team from out of state, and Sale Creek is off to their best start in school history. Can they keep their winning streak alive? That's next. Welcome back to Sideline Spotlight. McCallie put the country on notice last week, thoroughly outplaying the 6th-ranked team in America in Mission Viejo. But they didn't have a lot of time to celebrate as they welcome another tough out-of-state foe tonight, Heidelberg out of Mississippi. This video is courtesy of McCallie. The Blue Tornado looking for win number 5 on the year. But boy, Heidelberg came to play. They're trying to make the type of statement McCallie did last week. Opening drive score, Oilers up 6-zip, but Big Blue had the quick answer. Lewis Fortier finds the freshman Levi Scott in the blue end zone to get the Blue Tornado on the board. Seconds left in the half now, and if you need a big play, you put the ball in number 1's hands. The Vandy commit Keyshawn Thibodeau showing off why he's the most electrifying player, one of the most electrifying players in all of America. I mean, just toying with the defense. You cannot teach that. McCallie extends the lead and holds on from there. They win it 21-18. McCallie now looks ahead to Baylor next week, and speaking of which, the undefeated Red Raiders were also in action tonight in Nashville against Montgomery Bell Academy. Early 4th down here for Baylor. Briggs Cherry finds his running back in the flat, Corey Faulkner. That extends the drive, and Faulkner, well, he finishes off the drive. Baylor on the road. They lead it 7-0 early. But Baylor, of course, can make plays on the other side of the ball as well. Off the slant here, Jamian Theodore. He's headed to Tennessee next year with the strip. Kobe Barrett, he's headed to Mississippi State next year with the recovery. Bulldogs and Vols may square off tomorrow, but they combine here for a big turnover. Now Cherry outside the pocket, floating this one deep, and this is just a gorgeous throw. Caden Dewey on the receiving end. Baylor gets the win in Nashville, 28-11. And that sets the stage for the big one next week. McCallie versus Baylor goes down next week on Friday Night Rivals. I cannot wait for this one, folks. Coverage starts at 7:30 on the CW Chattanooga. You can also watch it on our News Channel 9 Facebook page. You will not want to miss that big showdown. One of the biggest surprises of this season is the Sale Creek Panthers. They are off to their best start in school history, a perfect 4-0. And they've been dominant in those 4 wins, winning each game by double digits. And the Panthers hope to continue that trend at home against Red Boiling Springs. And Kervin Hilger certainly wanted to be a part of that. He finds a lane, and he is out. Panthers get the scoring started in Sale Creek. Again, they're 4-0. They can do it through the air as well. Elliot Drapo rolling right and hitting Pat Myers, the third, who finds his way in. Sale Creek is keeping this magical season going and having some fun doing it. They don't let up. 42-6 is the final. Let's check on some more scores from Tennessee. Marion County shuts out Monterey, 42-0. Another shutout. McMinn Central wins it 40-0 in McMinn County. Domination over Ottawa, 61-6. Notre Dame, they won a shootout at Lakeway Christian, 42-35. Knox Catholic takes down Silverdale, 55-21. And Signal Mountain gets a dominant win over Brainerd, 44-0. Still ahead, the relationship between a coach and his players is important for team success, but it's even more special for one player in Sonny Daisy. We'll tell you all about it next. Welcome back. Tonight we're shining the spotlight on a football coach at Sonny Daisy High School and the player he adopted. Coach Jacob Bryson says he welcomed high school senior Blaine Yother and his family into the fold when Yother was just a young boy. News Channel 9's Ja'Kai Spikes spoke with both the player and the coach about their unique connection on and off the field.
In Anybody that lives in Saudi Daisy knows that it's more than just a small town.
One team, one community, Trojans forever.
And for Blaine Yother, this football team is worth way more than the wins.
I grew up with me and my brother, my mom, and my biological father. For a long time, he wasn't the greatest person in our lives, I will say that. He wasn't in the picture for most of it.
Blaine says that shaped how he grew up.
I just looked at me and my brother and I thought, if this is how he's going to be, how am I going to be to my brother? And so I tried to kind of raise him up to be the man I wanted to be and not the man that he was.
Blaine, his mom, and his brother struggled for a while.
Until we met my adopted father now, who I couldn't be more blessed with, and I thank God every day for him. His name is Jacob Bryson. He's a coach here at Saudi Daisy High School.
When me and his mother first got together and we started dating, we decided to date before we would even introduce the kids to each other. And within the first week or two, I remember cooking dinner at my apartment and us getting to know each other.
Jacob and Blaine's family meshed perfectly. He says the connection came easily, so when Coach Jacob asked if Blaine and his brother wanted him to adopt them,
it was an instant yes, because I knew the situation that we were in and the situation that would become was even better, on the door that I opened for myself and me and my brother. And I just knew that he was our new dad.
It was almost like an instant connection that me and his mom had. When the kids came, like the kids all loved each other instantly, and it was a really cool experience to combine a household and everything fit the way it did.
But just like any family dynamic comes changes, and this year is Blaine's last year being coached by his dad.
It's hard to let go of a piece of your family to start their own family.
This community and my family and God are three of the biggest things in my life. And I want everybody to know that they mean more to me than anything.
From Saudi Daisy, I'm Ja'Kai Spikes, News Channel 9.
Boy, such an awesome story there. We are talking college football after the break. We preview that huge matchup between Alabama and Georgia. Plus, UTC opens up SoCon play. Welcome back to Sideline Spotlight. We are gearing up for another big weekend of college football, and Saturday's main event has got to be Alabama facing off against Georgia. Last year's game was an instant classic, but this year's game is in Athens. Georgia's unbeaten, while the Tide shook off that opening loss to Florida State and looked like a different team. Both teams have something to prove in this one.
We know there's going to be storms that we're going to have to weather in the SEC on the road, and you got to do it. No one else is going to go do it for you. I know there's a high want-to factor that this group has. Again, they've shown it in the work.
They're big and they're physical, and they got big, good backs. So it's going to be a great challenge for our front against their O-line.
Alabama, Georgia kicks off at 7:30 right here on News Channel 9. The Tennessee Vols are on the road to face Mississippi State. This is a game that fans probably didn't have circled on their calendar ahead of the season, but the Bulldogs have been one of the biggest surprises of the year. They are off to a 4-0 start, including an upset win against Arizona State in Week 2. This game will mark Tennessee's first real road game. Coach Heupel expects the crowd in Starkville to be fired up for this one. He spent the week telling the team to focus on what they can control on the field.
Joey Aguilar. Yeah, it's different because you're not playing in front of your fans, but you get between the white lines, it's 11 on 11, and being able to snap and clear, reset to the next play, and control the controllables. The ordinary, everyday things are what are really important on Saturdays in general, but certainly when you're on the road.
Tennessee, Mississippi State kicks off at 4:15 tomorrow over on the SEC Network. The Chattanooga Mocs begin SoCon play tomorrow. They host the Citadel at Finley Stadium. UTC just wrapped up a brutal non-conference schedule that saw them take on Memphis and two ranked FCS teams. UTC is 1-3 on the year, but Coach Wright says the team learned some valuable lessons that will make them stronger going into conference play.
Getting your butt kicked is not fun. And we've played some good football teams. We have. And they've all been on the road. And, I told our guys Saturday after the game, I was like, we're not going to play in an atmosphere like this in the league. I mean, it was sold out. It was the largest crowd they'd ever had at that place. And it was loud. And they were on top of us, and it was good. And our kids responded. They kept playing. And I'm like, if we can go do those things, and we have to do those things. It can't be one weekend it's here, one weekend it's like that. And that's the frustrating part. I hope this group understands that we have to keep moving forward.
The Mocs take on the Citadel at 6 at Finley Stadium. It's all part of a massive college football Saturday tomorrow. That's a wrap on tonight's Sideline Spotlight. Join us tomorrow during Good Morning Chattanooga weekend for a closer look at the big SEC games tomorrow. We have more SEC and high school football coverage at newschannel9.com. Have a wonderful weekend.